Meaning that P2B is not only that he's not corrupt, he's incorruptible. And so he's not comparable with the presidential candidates of the other parties. So whenever you're talking about corruption, you just have to look down for people who can make honest mistakes just because human beings are not God. But when you talk about corruption, the Oba of Bini looked at my principle and said, your integrity goes before you. My principle is a man that wouldn't even accept a plot of land that is due to him as a former governor. He wouldn't even accept pension due for him. Lagos State used its own liaison office here in Abuja to compensate Tinubu after being governor, after they made the elaborate pension scheme law. So can you compare? No, you don't compare my principle with Atiku or Tinubu. When you talk about anything that is misappropriation, you can say that some people in Labour made honest mistake by the judgment of the court. Have you ever seen honesty added to those two gentlemen? Go to the court of public opinion. You wouldn't find it. Who is that politician from the southeast to come and deceive you that your vote will be wasted if you cast it for Obi? Have you not been wasting your votes for 24 years? Vote for Obi. Don't listen to them. Whether it is wasted or not, you have made a statement out of it that we want a new Nigeria. So actually, it was in furtherance to the fact that P2B is powered by Nigeria, not Ndi. That's why I'm telling the youths, join the other youths of the other parts of Nigeria. Don't listen to those failed politicians. They have even made it public. It's not even anything private. So it is actually a call for all Nigerians to know that Obi is not an Igbo candidate and couldn't have been.
Nigeria, my beloved country, is the easiest country to govern in the whole world. He governed Anambra State. It was still within Nigeria. He met Anambra State, the worst state in Nigeria. Anambra was rated last in everything. Within 4 years, Anambra was rated first in everything. First in MDG goals by UNDP. First in debt management by DMO. First in poverty rate by Dr. Magnus Pakol, the director of NAPEP. First in the network of roads by the Bureau of Statistics. Now, let me tell you, all these firsts being granted to him, none was done by his party. He had only APGA, where he was in. Nigeria is a very easy country to govern. Look at the secret. You that is saying, do not be corrupt. Are you corrupt? My principle has been checked all around, and there is no corruption in him. Immediately he comes in, Nigeria wastages will be cut into 50%. What is happening in Nigeria now is bloated infrastructure, bloated and inflated contracts. Now, when he comes in, he will plug the wastages, he will reduce cost of governance, he will build honest and efficient civil service, and he will aggressively fight corruption. This gives you 50% of the revenue that you need.
Permit me to stand on existing protocol. We are the progressives. Today we have only two parties in Nigeria, APC and others. We have the best party in Nigeria and we have the rest of them. So today we have the best APC party and the rest. If you are not in APC, you belong to the others. APC is the only pan-Nigerian party. I was explaining the meaning of our flag and the symbols on them. And I told them the green in APC stands for our green vegetation. The blue stands for the significance of the sky, showing that APC has the divine touch of the Almighty. And whenever we look up to the sky to ask anything from God, God will always answer APC. As he has answered us in this convention, bringing all the prophecies of the liars to shame. When we have our broom, the broom will always be the divine symbol and instrument to sweep out corruption, to sweep out insurgency, to sweep out insecurity. just as our president is doing. Within 3 years, he has done what others could not do in 16 years. We will continue to sweep until we get the white that is the background of the groove in our flag, signifying peace. We will continue to sweep until we shall become as white as snow, and Nigeria will no longer be regarded as fantastically corrupt, but as fantastically clean. And we are standing on the red. The red signifies the labor of our heroes past. The red signifies the sacrifice of our forefathers. We remember Sir Ahmadu Bello. We remember Chief Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. We remember Chief Obafemi Awolowo. We remember Sir Tafawa Balewa. And of course, we remember Chief MKO Abiola, the democracy matter, the blood they shed for the redemption of Nigeria has only been recognized by this party APC. And we, by recognizing them, have now attracted the blessings in their sacrifice, rather than the curses that would have followed us and following Nigeria for lack of recognition of that sacrifice. That is the red we are standing on. APC is the divine party that is made to lift this nation to the highest height. If you are not a member of APC, I want you to repent and today join the progressive. The progress we are saying is our name. From progress, you proceed to progressives. APC is the party that has in its constitution an objective to promote internal democracy at all levels of party organization. We have demonstrated it today. All the posts that there are no consensus, everybody went to the ballot in a free and fair democratic exercise. That is what APC stands for. We stand for giving our sacrifice, selfless sacrifice, that will rekindle a deep sense of patriotism and nationalism by our constitution. That is why APC was able to dethrone an incumbent government, because everybody that was called to make sacrifice made sacrifice for the party and for the nation. We will continue to make the reasonable sacrifice until Nigeria gets to the high. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to say, Ndibo Kwani! Umafo Kwani! Ibo Kwazuano! Abunu munu mwanya, mkuno gapoto wena lumia, Ibo Kwani! Ibo Kwani! Ibo Kwazuano! APC, APC, kama APC, oh, APC, kama party umuwane, party umuwane, kama party umuwane, party umuwane, kama. Thank you for listening to me, and God bless you.
Anybody who is voting for NDC and P2B is voting for criminality. And I will prove it with facts. I will call names. There is one man called Obunike Ohebu, the House of Representatives aspirant, Newi North and Newi South, and Ekusigo local government from Anambra State. He sent an SOS to me, and he said that P2B is now the head of the criminality, that they were scammed in NDC. And he said, Okonkwo went back to his people and made sure that every constituency produced one candidate so that they will not be scammed. But P2B told them that all of them, the aspirants, should go into the field and that they thought they were going to have primaries. Remember, Sereka Dixon came out and said, once you pay your expression of interest form, you are not going to pay any money. When you are now the one that is nominated, that's when they will take nomination fee. And all of them ran into it. Then P2B and the leaders of the Southeast now went and told them, anybody who wants to be House of Rep person, after paying that expression of interest, must pay 10 million naira bribe. And Senate, 20 million naira bribe. When they were
bribed to who?
Bribe to the NDC and the caucus. They call them caucus leaders in the Southeast. This was what he wrote it and sent to me and sent me the receipt because they told him he needed money to campaign for his presidency. Now, when they doubted, they were told individually. So they thought they were now the chosen candidate, that maybe that is the nomination fee. When all of them paid, they discovered there were many. Then we are now told to go into the field for direct primary. And when they now went into the field, they thought that there was going to be genuine primary. And as they were in that field, killing themselves, P2B was in John Wood Hotel. He mentioned the hotel, writing the list of candidates. And after that, they submitted it. You know what he said? He said, I am not disappointed that I lost the ticket. I am rather disappointed that I invested my time, resources, and reputation in a process that is becoming increasingly opaque and inconsistent with the democratic principles it proclaimed. And this is another man from Enugu State, a highly political person sent to me. And you know what he said? He said, I have a direct taste of the fraud called P2B. Recently in NDC.
But we must put that, yes.
NDC has become a national dialogue for criminality.
No, but just a moment.
Discussion of criminal.
Mr. Okonkwo, you do acknowledge that that was the testimony of one person and it's an allegation.
No.
You haven't investigated that.
Hold on.
To be able to say you did your own investigation and you found it to be true.
What, did you know what Aisha said? He said they did not even give me, I'm not talking about level playing ground. They did not give me ground at all.
Meaning that P2B is not only that he's not corrupt, he's incorruptible. And so he's not comparable with the presidential candidates of the other parties. So whenever you're talking about corruption, you just have to look down for people who can make honest mistakes just because human beings are not God. But when you talk about corruption, the Oba of Bini looked at my principle and said, your integrity goes before you. My principle is a man that wouldn't even accept a lot of land that is due to him as a former governor. He wouldn't even accept pension due for him. Lagos State used its own liaison office here in Abuja to compensate Tinubu after being governor, after they made the elaborate pension scheme law. So can you compare? No, you don't compare my principle with Atiku or Tinubu. When you talk about anything that is misappropriation, you can say that some people in Labour have made honest mistake by the judgment of the court. Have you ever seen honesty added to those two gentlemen? Go to the court of public opinion. You wouldn't find it.